On April 4th, all NFL teams and fans were shocked and wobbed by breaking news. T'Vondre Sweat, who is considered the top NFL draft prospect, arrested in Texas for driving while intoxicated. That reminds us that human nature isn't a story of gentility. Mix it with the sources of evil, money, greed, any number of chemical dependencies, and the product can be volatile. Especially in the NFL, behind the fame and glory of living in the spotlight shown to the world, there is no shortage of cases that NFL players showing the nature of their crime, including assault, fraud, and even first-degree murder. From players we struggle to understand why went down that road. Some of these men are to be pitied, others loathed. Welcome to our channel, and today let's highlight typical NFL players being sentenced and their careers also ruined. T'Vondre Sweat. Start with the most recent incident in the NFL. T'Vondre Sweat, a name totally not unfamiliar to all fans in recent seasons. This 23-year-old player became a phenomenon of the NFL with many admirable achievements. The Huntsville, Texas native spent 5 seasons at Texas and earned top college football honors for his performance during the 2023 season. Sweat was named the Big 12 Conference Defensive Player of the Year, and he won the 2023 Outland Trophy for Best Interior Lineman in college football last season. In 2023, Sweat played in all of Texas's 14 games, and he recorded a career-high 2 sacks. He also set a career mark with 45 total tackles, 8 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, 4 PBUs, and 1 blocked kick. With these outstanding performances, Sweat is considered to be a top 3-round draft pick for the upcoming NFL Draft, which will be held April 25 to 27 in Detroit. But this positive prospect was completely destroyed on the 4th of April. T'Vondre Sweat was arrested and charged with driving while intoxicated. According to the court, the crash caused the Bronco to lose control and land on its side on the I-35 service road. The collision didn't cause serious injuries. After being arrested, Sweat told authorities he drank 2 or 3 shots of tequila prior to driving in the crash. Texas law mandates that a Class B misdemeanor, which is what he faces, is punishable by up to 180 days in jail, a fine of up to $2,000, or both. Sweat posted a $3,000 bond and was released from custody shortly after he was booked. There's no doubting Sweat's talents, but now that he has this infraction on his record, his draft stock will likely take a hit. If he were a top 10 prospect, teams may have been willing to look away. But as a day 2 prospect, teams will have many other intriguing options to fall back on with less off-the-field issues. Rashee Rice. Also, in recent times, Rashee Rice stood on the brink of ruining his career because of serious sentences. The Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver was arrested for his alleged role in a multi-car accident in Dallas late last month. Rice is facing 8 charges in connection with the incident, including 6 counts of collision involving bodily injury, 1 count of collision involving serious bodily injury, and 1 count of aggravated assault. Specifically, on March 31st, an incident happened related to the drivers of the Corvette and Lamborghini were speeding in the far left lane when they lost control and the Lamborghini traveled onto the shoulder and hit the center median wall, causing the chain collision. Consequently, 4 other vehicles were broken and 4 people were injured. The drivers of the Corvette and Lamborghini left following the crash without determining whether anyone needed medical attention or providing their information. After that, Rice's attorney confirmed he was driving a Lamborghini that was seen allegedly racing a Corvette on a Dallas area highway. Be aware of wrongdoing. Rice posted to his Instagram story that he was taking full responsibility for his part in the wreck. I take full responsibility for my part in this matter and will continue to cooperate with the necessary authorities. I sincerely apologize to everyone impacted. Rice also intends to turn himself in. According to the law, collision involving injury charges carry a maximum of 5 years in prison. Collision involving serious bodily injury, a third-degree felony, carries a maximum punishment of 10 years in prison. An aggravated assault, which is a second-degree felony, is punishable by up to 20 years in prison. Regardless of how the legal process plays out, Rice could be suspended by the NFL as the league continues to monitor the situation. Rice just finished his rookie season with the Chiefs and helped them to their Super Bowl win earlier this year. He had 938 receiving yards and 7 touchdowns on 79 catches last season. The Chiefs took him with the number 55 overall pick in last year's draft out of SMU, where he and Knox played together. Of course, when the sentence is issued, it can cause a loss in his football career, even make his name completely disappear from the NFL. To be honest, these recent incidents of T'Vondre Sweat and Rashee Rice are trivial compared to NFL players below. Darren Sharper. What happens if your idol, one of the best players of the century's first decade and under Pro Football Hall of Fame consideration, commits an unforgiven evil? We are talking about Darren Sharper along with his incident that caused a stir in the NFL media world at that time. Back to the past. On October 30, 2013, Sharper met 2 women at a West Hollywood nightclub and invited them to a party. Stopping by his hotel room first, he gave each woman a drink doctored with the sedative Zolpidem. One of the women woke up naked hours later while Sharper was sexually assaulting her, according to details provided by the district attorney's office. The other woman awoke and interrupted his actions. After this incident, he didn't aware of his misconduct and even made a more serious one in 2 months later. On January 14th, 2014, Sharper met another pair of women at the same nightclub and followed the same pattern, inviting them to a party and first offering them shots at his hotel room. When the woman woke up hours later, after that, she had been sexually assaulted. After being arrested for his behaviors, Sharper also admitted to drugging women's drinks, taking them home, and raping them while they were defenseless. As a result, the NFL star was sentenced to 18 years in prison. This punishment was completely reasonable for his inhumanity. Even he deserved something worse. Sharper was named All-Pro 6 times and chosen for the Pro Bowl 5 times during a career that included stints with the Green Bay Packers and Minnesota Vikings. He played in 2 Super Bowls, one with the Packers as a rookie and one with New Orleans Saints when they won in 2010. And surely you can guess the scandal in 2013 completely ended his career. Aaron Hernandez. If Darren Sharper is considered evil, then Aaron Hernandez is even more so. Once a rising star tight end for the New England Patriots, Hernandez's career and life took a dark turn when he was arrested and charged with the murder of Odin Lloyd, a semi-professional football player who was dating the sister of Hernandez's fiancée. A year later, Hernandez was indicted on 2 murder charges in a Boston slang. Hernandez also was indicted on charges of witness intimidation for a 2013 shooting in Miami. The case garnered significant media attention as details emerged about Hernandez's troubled past, including alleged involvement in other violent incidents. He was often beaten by his father, told people close to him that he was sexually molested as a boy, and had a sexual relationship with his high school quarterback. Aaron Hernandez's story is indeed complex and tragic. On one hand, there is a sense of pity for the circumstances that led him down a destructive path, including a difficult upbringing and potential brain trauma from playing football. However, it's also important to acknowledge the harm he caused through his actions, including the loss of innocent lives and the pain inflicted on their families. Finally, Hernandez was sentenced to life without parole. The scandal not only tarnished Hernandez's reputation, ended his career, but also raised questions about the culture within professional sports and the NFL's responsibility to monitor and support the mental health of its players. Lawrence Taylor. There is no doubt that Taylor is among the best defensive players the NFL has seen, but he also is a troubled man, starting with admission to drug use early in his football career. A quick, fierce, and athletic linebacker who redefined his position, Taylor anchored the Giants' defense and led them to Super Bowl titles in 1987 and 1991, and got the title of the NFL Defensive Player of the Year in 1981, 1982, and 1986. He was selected to the NFL's 75th anniversary all-time team. Taylor was suspended several times for failing drug tests. After his career, he was out of control. Taylor went to jail 3 times on drug-related charges. He got clean in 1998 and stayed that way for a decade. In 2001, Taylor was convicted of possessing drug paraphernalia in New Jersey. The conviction stemmed from the September 1998 discovery in a hotel room of a butane torch and other materials commonly used to smoke crack. In 1996 and 1997, he was arrested in South Carolina and Florida on drug charges. In those cases, he either admitted his guilt or agreed to enter a pre-trial intervention program. In 2000, he drew 5 years of federal probation for filing false tax returns and for tax evasion. Peak in 2011, Taylor pleaded guilty to sexual misconduct with a 16-year-old girl. He received a 10-year prison sentence. He had to register as a sex offender. After years of rebuilding his reputation, including a turn on Dancing with the Stars, Taylor at 57 is again a disgraced man. It's no wonder these men are nuts. The NFL is full of psychos because it is such an interesting league. Do you have the same feelings as us? Share in the comment below. Please subscribe to our channel to update news about the NFL world.